Welcome into another Sunday night Pop Blender Unfiltered. I hope your weekend has gone very well. It is cold as hell here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're getting relief in a few days. Man, we're down into the teens, overnight lows. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but if you're anywhere close to where I'm at, it sucks. But anyway, welcome in, you guys. Good to see you. As people kind of roll in, man. Let's see here. I would introduce my band leader, one, Otis, the lovely, talented Otis McDonald in the band. Maybe I need to make an AI video of Otis in the band, right? Nice and rainy here. No rain here, Graph. Just cold shit. Thanks to you guys for tuning in with me and 3-Star Draw. That was actually that was a lot of fun. Going through. I like going through those cartoons, man. I like going through the G.I. Joe cartoons. They are absolutely just a blast. They're goofy, but they're fun to go through. So it was fun kind of just going through that episode. And, kind of a Christmas, a Christmas themed episode at that. But that was a lot of fun. And then the AI pictures, which can get out of hand if you fool with AI. It can absolutely get out of hand. And lucky for me, it only allows 3 videos a day, because I think I would probably go apeshit crazy with something stupid like that. But it was fun doing Christmas pictures, and hopefully if you guys mess around with it, you'll come up with some fun stuff. Yeah, the world is a vampire, and we are just rats in a cage. Let's see here. Stanley, what's going on? Says, do you know about the trade night Friday in Renton at D-Pad Gaming? Oh, he's asking Graph. My bad. Let's see. What's going on, Jeanne? Cheers to you, friend. I did have a shot before I came on. Turk is in the house. What's up, Turk? Good to see you too, man. HK Viper is also in the house. I've got some funny videos, and then I've got something that I just found out about today. And I bet most all of you know about this family. But I just found out about it today, and I can't wait to talk about it and show like this video and delve into this family. It is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. Absolutely bizarre things I've ever seen. And somebody at work, a regular, turned me on to it, and I was like, what the f? And it is the most inbred thing I think I've ever seen. And look, being in Tennessee, I get all kinds of jokes, all kinds of that stuff being down here about inbred and marrying your cousin and all that stuff. None of that compares to what I want to get into here in just a little bit. It is some weird shit. And I bet you guys have heard about it. If you're watching football right now, I think the Vikings are up on the Cowboys. Or if you're not, there's your score update. Something like that. 24-17. Who knows? Who cares? It's the Cowboys and the Vikings. Stanley, flooding in Western Washington. Well, hopefully everybody's safe. Shane, Same Time Toys. There's no flooding where you're at. I know that. All you have is beautiful weather as far as the eye can see. It's always sunny in Same Time Toys neighborhood. That's just what I've heard. He might correct me. He may tell me I'm wrong, but I think that's the truth. Okay. So, what is all this? What is all this mess going on with Bobby Vala and this guy Kenny? It's Chad had a stream tonight. Whoa, my camera is freaking out. Let me see. Let me close a couple. Shit. Let me close a couple tabs and see if that helps. Holy crap, that was weird. Yeah, right. It's not. It's not about that. This is a family. This is a family like Appalachian family, like Deliverance style family. Let's see. Sent to. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a second. Let's see. They think it's possibly murder. God, I'm actually, there's too much going on now. I'm getting messages. Matthew had sent me a message earlier, said, "Hey, are you watching this? It's Chad's stream." And I'm like, "Nah, I mean, not usually." And I tune in and I'm seeing like deposition stuff, and I'm seeing some dude on camera talking about some answers he gave, and I'm guessing this is like a not slander, but some kind of something, making videos about someone, making claims about someone. I'm sure all of y'all know about that. It is news to me. I always hear about this stuff secondhand. And I'm guessing, Shane, you're referring to maybe Chad's stream with Bobby. I don't know. But it's all news to me. But it's fascinating that in every corner of every possible avenue, whether it's toy collecting, whether it's me and Matthew talking about like Hollywood and stuff, whether it's video games, like whatever it is, it's wild that like things can go off the freaking rails. And I bet this guy was making videos and like, hey, Bobby's toys are crap and all that stuff, which I don't know. I don't have any of them. So I can't comment on that personally, but it's interesting because it can all crazily go out of control. I'm surprised more YouTubers that I watch that do a lot of these streams, like let's say 3 years ago, it was like, Kathleen Kennedy. And there were YouTubers where every thumbnail they had, let's say they made 100 videos and 89 or 90 of them had a picture of Kathleen Kennedy on the front. And it talked about her ruining Star Wars and she's getting fired. She's leaving Monday. Her last day was yesterday. Nonstop. And, a company like Disney could bury someone forever, literally and figuratively. And yet you rarely see anything major come out of something like that. But when we're talking about creator to creator, small time stuff, it's like, man, this stuff snowballs out of control. And then you hear about lawsuits and people spending, tens of thousands of dollars in court, and it just boggles my mind. So no, I have no idea. And as 3-Star Draw says, fuck all that drama. I was coloring. Yeah, you were on with Toy Princess and doing some coloring tonight, from what I understand. I'm sure that was quite relaxing, actually. And she's pretty damn funny anyway, so I'm sure it was a good time. I have to go back and take a look at you guys. So I was busy signing up for health insurance. And it shouldn't be a convoluted process, but evidently this year I'm not eligible for health insurance because I don't work enough hours. So I found that out today. That was very strange. Like 20 hours a week, I guess. I don't do 20 hours a week. I do more than that. But when you add it all up, I guess I don't average enough hours. So I am not eligible for health insurance with my company. And what's strange is my schedule hasn't changed for like 2 years. And yet somehow it changed, and now I'm not eligible to get it. I can get dental and vision, the last two things I really need. But it's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into a personal plan. So if any of you guys have any recommendations about personal health insurance, shoot me a message, send me a link, something like that. Because evidently I'm gonna have to look into to my own shit, and that's something I hadn't had to do in a while. Let's see here. You should hit the replay. We talked about the KKK. Okay, all right. That's always an interesting topic. Tom Cruise and The Walking Dead. I like Blue Cross Blue Shield too. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get it through my company, so I'm going to have to figure out an alternative method. Or maybe I should go to school and be a doctor, and I can just treat myself, write my own prescriptions. Isn't that illegal, by the way? I think it is. Okay. So look, let me go ahead. I want to get into this family. But before I get into this family, folks, I saw something you might like. I did. I was made aware of a picture of our favorite gal. That's right, our favorite gal. And you'll appreciate me for this because this was on her Instagram. And I don't think I'll get in trouble for this picture, but we won't put it up for long. But here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can thank me later. Yes, this was on Sydney Sweeney's Instagram. And it is lovely. Any chance I get to showcase the lovely, talented, magical, and mysterious Sydney and her Sweeneys, I will do that. So we'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gone. So hopefully YouTube doesn't pull me off the air, which they might. Who knows? I get copyrighted for everything. Evidently, 6 seconds of music is about all you can do these days. Yeah, full bloom, right? I mean, come on, man. It's not even fair. What a happy gal. Great jeans, says Bobby Wold. I agree, Bobby. I agree 100%. And there are not a stitch of jeans to be seen. What's up, Bobby? Good to see you, man. So look, I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. It's been too damn cold to do anything here. But by Thursday, it's going to be in the 60s. So that's how we roll here in Tennessee. Yeah, that is a Ronnie trick shot call. Speaking of which, T's and P's to those in Australia. T's and P's because they had a mass shooting. They had a mass shooting at, you guessed it, a Jewish get-together. Yeah, not good. Bondi Beach shooting in Australia. This was definitely Bad News Bears. I'll see if I can get an article that'll let me actually look at it rather than have a subscription. Okay. I don't want to try your thing for 1 week. I'm so freaking tired of going to look at a website on my phone or on the computer and you can't even read the fucking article because they stick ads in your face and then 30 seconds later they put another big ass ad right across the fucking screen. So anyway, I don't know a whole lot about this story. I haven't read it, but father and son behind Bondi Jewish Festival shooting that killed 15 people in Australia. Now, this is a country with no guns, right? From what I understand. Similar to the UK in a way. And this evidently happened. It says that it was a father and son, 10-year-old girl, a rabbi, and one of the gunmen are dead. The other one's in critical condition, but it was a 50-year-old father, my age, and a 24-year-old son who decided to go to this gathering and open fire. And it's a damn shame. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, when will we get to the point where, this just, I don't think we ever will. I think we've crossed the threshold. We've passed through the doorway, and that door will always be unlocked forever. And the problem is not the guns. The problem is the people. And there will always be crazy people in this world. And it is a shame. Look, I don't care, honestly, where you stand on the, Israeli and Hamas situation. I don't care. Yeah, it's your personal opinion. But shit like this, it's just every day, man. And the worst part is when it's at a school or it's at a a gathering like this, right? A religious gathering. And there's a lot going on. I never thought I'd be a fan of Nicki Minaj, but I actually recently have seen some things she's been tweeting, and it gives me hope that people can come around. Let's see here. 3-star, yeah, high of 24 today. Yeah, a couple hours is all you need. And yeah, the videos I haven't watched. Again, I haven't seen a lot of it, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this story. But yeah, man, like, holy shit, it's out of control. And the toothpaste is just out of the tube, right? Yeah, Stanley says, find out what your company's minimum hour quota is. Well, it's 30 hours a week average, but last year it was the same statement, and somehow I still was able to get coverage. This year that has changed. Graf says, wonder if Australia allows for hunting rifles aside from the better chance of them just being bad guys bringing them in illegally. That's possible too, right? That's possible too, and we get a little more information on it. I'm sure you guys will too, so you don't need me to relay this to you. But yeah, just perusing the news today. So in our country, Joe Fan, yes, mental health and a lax justice system, especially after in the 20 teens, is when we started to see a lot of violent criminals get released on the streets. Prosecutors unwilling to prosecute those, and then use race as the card, right? The Johnny Cochran card, so to speak. It doesn't matter. Violence is violence, and violent people will do violent things. It's the same thing as letting a pedo, not handling that situation, because they'll never change the way they feel about kids. Like, that's not going to happen. That you're not rehabilitating someone who cannot stop on that path, right? So you have to do what you can to protect the populace, not the person, right? You can be empathetic for the person if you want to, but the population risk, that's where the focus should be, right? On the law-abiding citizens, the good people out there. That's where the focus should be, in protecting those people, not protecting the criminals and worrying about the criminals' rights. And I'm not saying that they don't have rights, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Shotguns, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, obviously we could go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, Columbine, that was tough, and that was tough to hear about, see about too, and it almost feels like that was kind of the beginning. Am I wrong about that? Does that kind of seem right to you guys? Does that seem like Columbine was kind of that first one that really started this? And it's almost, in a way, now this is different, obviously, than the school stuff. But my point is, like, maybe this happened before and it wasn't reported on. Now that we have a 24-hour news cycle and we have this constant, especially now with our phones. I mean, Columbine happened. We didn't have phones to really spread information the way that we do now. And it's like, not copycat, but it's like, once you have something happen, then others, it turns the light switch on for people that are mentally ill like that. And I think it just, Columbine was the first one, it seemed like to me. 3-star says Australia has some super strict gun control. Yeah, from what I understand, so strict they just banned machetes because people were using them instead. And again, it's not the machetes, right? It's not the guns. Like, it's people. It's that age-old debate, right? And I think what most people, and I think Darren would agree with this too, most people in this country founded upon the fact that, like, you're right to protect yourself, but on top of that, so that you don't allow your government, or at least you stand a fighting chance if there is some kind of governmental takeover from our freedoms here in the States, to be able to at least have a chance. I think it's quite lopsided, but the population does outweigh the lawmakers and the military at this point. Yeah, exactly, Turk. All the more reason. Joe Fan was 15 when Columbine happened. Just starting high school, yeah, that's something that you won't forget. It's for us, so I can imagine what it was like for our parents when JFK was assassinated, right? Or Bobby Kennedy. Where were you moments? I remember where I was when the Challenger exploded, for instance, in '86. In school. I'm sure my mom, she was in school when JFK got assassinated. So there's certain things that stick out for us that you just will always remember. Like, where were you? What were you doing on September 11th, 2001? I know exactly what I was doing. I know what I did the night before, which is even scarier. And I will go ahead and tell this story now because it does kind of fit into what we're talking about. But I want to hit up a few more of you guys' comments here. Graf says you can move to Washington, not work, get free health care provided by the state oppressor's government. Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of people that have moved into this country, let alone our own here. So 3 stars says Columbine wasn't the first one, but it was the first highly sensationalized one with a large death toll. Yeah, most definitely. I know it definitely was the one that we really hit. Now, let's see. Yeah, the 91, yeah, Pearl Jam, Jeremy. Yes. Not based off of that, but yeah, that song I remember being based off of a story. So to speak. Let's see here. If Australia watches John Wick enough, they'll start banning pencils too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where things can spiral, right? I want to see what their response is to this. That I do want to see. What is the response? Because as we've seen with Australia in the last several years, that governmental wise and as a country has gone very progressive. And that does include, banning guns and things of that nature. And I guess machetes, too. Let's see here. 9/11 was in 10th grade. Okay, 10th grade, man. All right, so I'm going to tell a story about 9/11. And I want to see if you guys remember this movie. All right. So September 10th. 2001, that night I was hanging out in my apartment with my friends who lived upstairs. We all worked together. We partied together, hanging out, drinking, smoking, whatever. And the night before 9/11, we had decided to rent a movie. So we went to Blockbuster and we rented a movie. That movie was this movie right here. Now, if you've ever seen Arlington Road, maybe you have. If you have not seen Arlington Road is about a sleeper terrorist cell in a suburban upper middle class neighborhood. And the guy, Jeff Bridges' character, lives across the street from this couple. And he starts suspecting them of something. Like something really kind of nefarious. He sees them having parties and stuff like that and inviting people over and stuff, things of that nature. And but then he becomes increasingly obsessed with spying on his neighbors. And so I'll give you a synopsis here a little bit. It says, widowed when his FBI agent wife is killed by an extremist group, college professor Michael Faraday, Jeff Bridges, becomes obsessed with the culture of these groups, especially when his new all-American neighbors, Oliver and Cheryl, Tim Robbins, and Joan Cusack, start acting suspiciously. With each twist, the mystery deepens, questions loom as whether Faraday is consumed by fear and driven by paranoia, or whether a lethal conspiracy has been born again on Arlington Road. Okay. I don't want to spoil the movie for you because it's a good movie. in 1999. It is a good movie. Now, you see the ratings there. We watched this movie on September 10th, the night before. And the ending of this movie is pretty dramatic and pretty crazy and pretty, there's a lot there. Let's just say that. There's a lot there. So we watched this movie. It's about terrorists, by the way. You can't figure it out. And the next morning, I get a phone call from my buddy who I'd just been hanging out the night before with, and his wife, and my girlfriend at the time, and hanging out with people watching this movie, and it's crazy, and it's like, man, that shit's crazy, man. What if that happened to you? And whatever. And I suggest you watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. And then the next morning, he's calling me on the phone, telling me to turn on the news, and he's like, man, did you see what's happening in New York? And it was obviously what transpired, but what was so crazy about it is that the night before we had watched this movie, and there's a lot of eerie similarities with Arlington Road and 9/11. Not all the things that happened, but the city, kind of a building somewhat that's involved. And I was in high school when I think the bomb in the parking garage of the World Trade Center. Do you remember when that happened? I was in high school when that happened as well. Some of you guys are saying I was in high school when 9/11 happened and whatnot. I remember when the bomb went off in the World Trade Center underneath it. Obviously remember Oklahoma City and everything. But it was just very coincidental, freaky that the night before we had watched this movie, and then literally the next morning. And of course, anybody could have watched anything. I get it. But for me, that was what happened to me. And it was just so surreal watching the news the next morning and watching the second tower and everything. And what's really amazing, to be honest with you, is if we all think back. What's up, bro? Goo? Good to see you, buddy. If we all think back to 9/11 and kind of our mindsets for months after that happened, maybe even years, and we look at how we felt, right, about getting on a plane and looking around at who's in line, okay, being at a restaurant, being at a store, going to a concert, going to a big gathering, a festival, a summer festival in your city that does wine and music and food and, and big gatherings. And we were very skeptical after that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys were too. I know I was, at least for a good year afterwards. And then, like anything, we live life, things start to move on. Jay Gonzo's in the house as well. What's up, Jay Gonzo? Good to see you, man. And so we think about how we felt when that happened, and then think about how we are and we react now when these things happen. Not necessarily here, but in other cities. And also the people that were involved and how we've kind of gone along with the Live Golf tour. Big comedy concerts taking place in certain places. Countries buying entertainment companies, right? Like how we view in the last 20 plus years from when 9/11 happened to now fascinates me, because it's almost like, it's like not forgive, but forget, or conveniently forget, depending on what we're getting out of it, right? And so I'm just curious to see in Australia maybe how they react to this, and this is unusual for them, but yeah, Oklahoma 93. Yeah. No, I was saying about Oklahoma City was that it just the kind of that happening as well, not necessarily the time frame of it, but just remembering Oklahoma City, remembering the World Trade Center bombing underneath, originally, not just 9/11, but prior to that, like I think it was like 91 or something like that. and just how we react to those things, right? And kind of how we are now about it, right? It's almost like it's become second nature to us. It's become normal to us, and we just kind of move on, right? Such is life. Brogu says, I remember exactly where I was at when I heard about 9/11. I was at work and heard it on the radio. Yeah, you won't forget that. You will remember that for the rest of your life, right? Jay Gonzo says, my paranoia got me watching all the Muslim takeover videos. Epic Texas. I started watching the videos where they were kidnapping people. I remember watching the videos with what's that guy, Nick something or other, Nicholas something, where they took his head off. Like, I remember all that stuff. I mean, we, at work we talked about it. I mean, it was hardcore, man. Shocking. I don't know that it's shocking now, right? That it shocks us anymore. We're kind of desensitized. Let's see. Joe Fan says, I remember everyone in school was scared. It was a clear sunny day. Girls were crying. Everybody was just watching. A few weeks later, recruiters came to our school. Yeah, that was... Yes, sir. That was a real thing. And then George Bush trumped up, weapons of mass destruction. And don't get me wrong, perfectly happy with getting Saddam Hussein off the streets, if you know what I mean. Perfectly happy with that. I don't know anybody that wouldn't be, considering what he did to his own citizens. Damn. Yeah, asthma, keeping you out of the Navy, just, anything like that. I'm surprised, actually. I'm surprised that it would keep. I'm shocked. I think they would have just taken you anyway. OKC 95. Yeah. Yep. Your senior year, you little babies, kid. So, all right, I want to write this down before I forget, because there is something I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to run it by you guys, because I want to see what you think about how I feel about the video game industry, and how it correlates to Hollywood and TV shows and movies, and how long it takes for this stuff to come out. And I want to see, let me make sure I write this down. Because I don't want to forget, because I thought it was an interesting thing to bring up and just run it by y'all. See what you thought about it. Let's see. Time it takes. Okay. But first, we're going to get into this family. That's right, folks. We're going to get into some really weird shit. And I want y'all to tell me how familiar you are. Okay? So I'm going to show you a short. We're going to watch it. And I want you guys to tell me whether or not you've heard about these people. And then I want to do a deep dive. Or maybe y'all can educate me. Shit is weird, man. I hope this isn't too loud. I'm going to let it play for a second and see if I can control the volume on here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Y'all have to tell me if you've heard of these people. Again, living in Nashville, I get out-of-towners come in and they'll joke, where are you from? Oh, I'm from here, and you tell them Nashville, they don't think so much about it, but they will correlate being in the South to having inbred cousins and shit like that. Okay. And away we go.
This is America's most inbred family, a total of 15 siblings that share the same parents who were first cousins. These are the Whitakers. Ray, one of the brothers, only communicates through barking and grunting. His older sister Lorraine is nearly always silent and unable to formulate words. There's their younger nephew Timmy and their third sibling named Betty, who takes care of them all and is the only one out of the four that's able to communicate. But this video posted by Mark Liotta, who goes under Soft White Underbelly, raised more questions as Betty revealed she was one of 15 siblings, including Ray and Lorraine. And when asked about her family's apparent condition, she said she had no idea what could have caused it.
But the mental disorder that Ray has, what is that from?
I don't know what though.
Due to the effects of inbreeding, they have eyes that look in.
Okay. Okay.
different directions and use barking
Okay. Wait for the
and
close
screaming
up. All right, now come on, man. This some fucked up shit.
as a form of communication.
It's hard to look at that shit, man.
This is America's most inbred
Okay, the Whitakers. Oh my god. So Joe fans heard about him. Turk says, I've seen this shit. 3 stars says the infographic show just did an episode about this documentary. Okay. So y'all are funny. All right. So you guys have heard about the Whitakers. Is that pretty much a good call here? Is that this is new to me. And I kind of wanted to look it up. Oh no, bro goo. Say it ain't so, man. Just say it ain't so. What? What? Oh no. It can't be possible. Yes, it is some hills have eyes shit right there. For sure. Right? So, so I heard about this, and look, I don't want to watch all of this, but we were joking earlier today, and some guy said, yeah, like the Whitakers. I said, what? I said, what are you talking about, the Whitakers? He said, you don't know about the Whitakers? I'm like, no, hell no. Todd C, what's going on, buddy? These are the trolls that stir YouTube drama. So this guy made this documentary about these folks, and it introduced the world to them. I mean, if that ain't a Christmas card, folks, if that's not, hang on, let's go back about, hang on, okay, if this is not a Christmas card, then I don't know what is, right? Like, I don't know what is.
So what are your names?
Ray, Lorraine, Timmy.
I'm sorry. Who's this?
His name's Ray.
Ray. I remember Ray. I photographed you, Ray. Do you remember? Years ago. And your name is
Lorraine.
Lorraine and Timmy.
Yeah.
Now you guys grew up here in Odd.
Now, if this is in fact, walk this way. If this is in fact, he's got Nikes, right? The dogs are the most functional things there, HK. That's fascinating. So this is real. This is real. And you know, when we think about people who collect sneakers for a living, you know, this is not, you know, I think of like famous rappers, I think about celebrities, I think about, you know, athletes, but these people right here sport some of the finest pimped out Jordans in town. In West Virginia, anyway.
West Virginia. How many years have you lived here?
Wait, that brother's bottle. His bottle's upside down. His Coke bottle's upside down. There ain't nothing left. There ain't nothing left. But obviously they don't throw anything away.
All right. On the light.
You're
Oh,
You guys, I mean, did you go
I
to school?
thought that was the dog.
You did? I mean, some of your brothers and sisters probably didn't go to school, or how much schooling did they get?
They didn't wish school long, but he graduated.
You graduated from what?
We were from high school.
You went to high school, Timmy?
Yeah, he went to high school on back.
Look at them. Look at them Nikes, dude.
And how about you, Lorraine?
No, she didn't went to school.
She didn't. And
No, they didn't went to school.
Wow. Now, you know, when you watch a movie like Deliverance, and people joke about, you know, oh, down in Alabama, you know, married your cousin. But the thing is like, this shit is real. Here's the kind of issue I have with it, right? Because they have kids and there's grandbabies and stuff like that. Isn't that illegal? Like, isn't it illegal? Like, to my knowledge, like, you know, I mean, come on. Well, we talk about hills have eyes, right? But this is, right? Like, and Brogu is right. Like, it is sad. And it says, I guarantee these people would feel that they are better than I am, and my wife and I are, and our children have college degree. You know, I don't know what they think. I don't know what they feel. But I guess my issue is, like, is it illegal? Like, if decades or you know, how many ever years of, like, you know, having kids with your sister. Now, we all know, like, in Britain and shit like that, it's that's, you know, how kings and royalty, right, they, you know, inbred, and it caused a lot of issues, right, a lot of blood issues, hemophilia, things of that nature, retardation. Obviously, this on screen right now, it causes this, and damn, really? Holy crap. This ain't right, man. Like, if this is on purpose, if this is purposeful, like, you're not even giving somebody a chance, bruh. Like, you don't get a chance in life.
What's your favorite memory, Ray? Do you remember anything about your life?
The summer of '84. That's what I got. So my best friend Steve, he spent 2 years in the southernmost tip of West Virginia in a town called War, West Virginia. It was an old coal mining town. And his grandfather, Steve's grandfather, owned a service station in town. And it didn't make any money, but his grandfather had owned it for many decades. And he was in kind of poor health. So my buddy Steve, right after he turned 21, I think, moved up there for a couple of years to help his grandfather. Very honorable thing to do. But I remember he'd come back down to visit, and you know, I'd talk to him every now and then when he'd come back. And he told me, he said, this town is that no one has any money, but this is the economy of a town, probably similar to this town, in War, West Virginia. He said everybody got government checks, and they got their prescription pain medication, their pills. And every month when the check came in, they'd buy their pills, and then they'd sell the pills. And that was the local economy. And his grandfather ran a tab for every person that came to the service station. He had a ledger, and they had a tab. And they'd come get gas, they'd get snacks, they'd get whatever, and they'd put it on their tab, And then when the new month rolled around, they'd come through and they'd pay a little bit on their tab. But mostly, literally, the economy of War, West Virginia, at least the little town he was in, was strictly government checks, and everybody sold or traded their pills with each other. And that's how everybody survived. And he told me it was very slim pickings when it came to the ladies. Let me just put it like that. Very, very slim pickings. They appear to be happy, content. They know no better, and that probably is the case, right? Probably truly is the case. And 3-Star also adds, I've been in a lot of residents similar to this for work. Every single damn one of them has some loud-ass bastard mixed chihuahua. It's mandatory. That sounds about right, right? We can see it. We can hear it, obviously, but we can definitely see it. Let's see. And then Brogu, yeah, seriously, you can make the argument that the government should come in and take the children away from these people because they are a detriment to their own offspring. That's what I mean, right? Like, you know, look, I can watch this video, and when they showed me this video earlier, I was just, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? Of course we're all cracking up because it's totally foreign to us as most of us, I would say, or if not all of us, of course we are, you know, functioning people that don't sleep with our relatives, right? We don't sleep with our relatives. But if you are knowingly having sex with your brother, sister, cousins, first cousins, stuff like that, I just feel like that's something that should be handled, right? Like that's should not be happening, and it should not be like, okay, well, they're just a good old family. Because truthfully, like, you literally are not giving your offspring a fighting chance, as we've seen here. You know, just a fighting chance, right? Even if it's the featherweight division. I mean, seriously. And yes, do not have sex with your relatives. I think that's first and foremost. But look, the human body has needs, right, Brogu? It's just not right, man. You guys are great. Okay, let's see here. Bobby Wold, so does it look like the town from that movie Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase? See, I don't know. I don't know what the town looks like. I only know about this residence right here and where these people live. And you can obviously guess what it looks like inside, right? I mean, even if there's running water, folks. Like a Masters shirt, maybe. I mean, look at the eyes. You know, and what I mean is like, you know, this is not something that happens in life. You know, you know, we all know folks. We all have our own relatives, maybe ourselves. But this is purposeful. This is purposeful. And that's what I mean by it. And so the more I started thinking about it, I just thought, you know, this is obviously not healthy, but I also just don't think it's right. You know? Now, are there places, and let's see, genealogically, we can all be traced back to Noah before Noah, humanology started between Adam and Eve. Right. If that is what you believe, and Stanley, you know, yeah, like if you really want to break it down like that, you're absolutely right. But this is a whole different ballgame, right? This is a totally different ballgame. Wheeling, West Virginia. Now, I'm not saying all of West Virginia is like this. Of course it's not, right? The worst of states are not representative of the state in general. But I know that West Virginia is an extremely poor state, but I still don't think it you know, excuses this, right? Let's see. There's also the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. Heard about that. Also a very good documentary about that part of the country. I was told about that today also. And so, yeah, I want to look into it, really, and just see. Turk says, let's see, Genghis Khan spread his seed a lot, too. Yes, very true, to tag on to Noah, Adam and Eve comment. And you know what? You are 100% correct. All of your cousins are heinous 3-star. All of them. Except for this guy. Well, from the waist down anyway. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Springer episode, no doubt about it. My best friend in Wheeling was a one-legged Quaker named Butch and an Army vet named Buster, and that, my friend, fucking sounds awesome. Period. Matthew Matson chiming in, just think Somalia is filled with these people. Yeah, that's also a scary part. You are right. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like with the eyes, and I think it's the genealogy, right? It's the inbreeding is what does it, and that's what I mean. Like, you know, just through normal, like I say normal genetics, but just through whether it's through birth or whether just whatever the cause, right? Of course, things happen, but this seems like, I mean, this ain't right, dude. Like, this just ain't fucking right. Let's see. Omar, right? Omar, right? Is that her name? Mamu Nestor? Man, that poor kid didn't choose that life. They need signs, no cousin banging, right? Yeah, they went that away. Walk this way. Anyway, I just want to know whether you guys had heard about this family and maybe heard about this documentary or this thing, Soft White Underbelly. I want to look more into it, but the more I did think about it today and the more I talked about it with like a couple of my regulars and stuff, I mean, it really was one of those situations that's like, yeah, there's something should be done. Now, some people would argue and they would say, you know, like, hey, look, you can't do that, right? You can't just go in and, you know, I'm not saying you go in and you kidnap these people. I'm not saying you go in and you take these people away. I don't think this family, you're not going to educate this family, right? Like, that's not happening. But I think that for the children's sake, right, for the kids, you know, right? Isn't there also something about like DCS and conditions that children live in? Is that not a thing, right? I mean, I assume that's a thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in West Virginia it's not a thing. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Well, we're gonna pop off of that, but I am gonna look into the Amazing White Family or whatever. Now, when I first heard it, I thought they were like, you know, this is a clan family, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about. I don't want to watch that shit. I don't care about those fucking people are fucked up in the head. But then the more I found out about it, they're like, you know, they're like smugglers and gangsters and shit. From what I gather, correct me if I'm wrong, but I you know, it's like, okay, I think I'm in on that shit. I think I'm in on the Walter White family, drug runners and such. Dallas is trying to come back, folks. 34-26, 19 seconds to go. What the fuck are they doing? Oh, it's an onside kick. Let's see. The Whites aren't inbred. Right. That's what I heard. It says crazy outlaws who just don't give a shit. That is what I've heard about them. So I'm going to look into that too. I think it'd be interesting. And obviously some of y'all know about them already. So that's fun. I love it. Let's see. Your damn brother, Brogu. Get on that son of a bitch. Get on him. Oh my God. Oh, I love it. This shit is just wacko, dude. Like, anyway. Okay. So then Matthew sends me this story. And I didn't necessarily think it was something we were really going to talk about in depth on Tuesday night. I don't think it's something we're really going to get into, but I thought about bringing it up here. And as you know, and as Matthew knows, he is always welcome to join me on a Sunday night. I know he is there, wrenching, so to speak. Doesn't have to do a whole lot of wrenching. I think there's one person that maybe needed a little bit of wrenching, but far and few between these days. But Matthew is always welcome to join me if he wants to talk about anything and everything. But I know he also enjoys Sunday nights and probably not having to get on camera for one. So I saw this story that Matthew sent me. Now, you guys know who Rob Reiner is. I know you do. famous from All in the Family, famous director, actor, whatever. 2 people found dead at director Rob Reiner's L.A. mansion. The 2 dead individuals have now been confirmed to be the filmmaker and his wife. The pair were found dead by an apparent homicide inside their home. 2 people were found dead at Rob Reiner's Los Angeles mansion. How many times can we repeat that? On Sunday, December 14th, fire department was called to the home around 3:30 p.m. local time to provide medical aid, and upon arrival, they found a man and a woman dead. Rob and Michelle were found dead by apparent homicide inside their home. According to the outlet, they suffered wounds consistent with a knife attack. Authorities are continuing to investigate the ongoing situation. LAPD did not immediately respond to people's request for comment, nor did a representative for Rob. I mean, someone either broke into their home and killed them. It was probably someone who knows them. I heard it on a comedy show one time, but if you die from murder, if you're riding in a car with your spouse, girlfriend, significant other, or family member, then you better take a close look at the person in the seat next to you, because chances are, if you get murdered, 95% chance it's that person. Yes, meathead. And I also heard Hank 3 loves the White family. I did. I heard about that too. Man, so we still... Then my third best friend in Wheeling was Enoch. Enoch, who looked like Baby Huey. And then this guy, Bardall. What the fuck are we even talking about here? What would artificially inseminate cows with over 24-inch biceps? Jesus Christ, Clint. I don't even want to know what you guys got up to on a Friday night, dude. Okay, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Tipping cows was only the beginning. Finish that story. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, Enoch and Bardall. Cheers to you guys. Fucking rock and rollers, man. Whiskey rock and rollers. That's what you guys are. So yeah, Rob Reiner and his wife, homicide. And now look, here's something else we have to consider, right? And this is in an LA mansion. We do have to consider, as much as a lot of these celebrities have been all aboard the immigration train and all about letting out violent criminals and not prosecuting people and being very relaxed and all that, well, we've also found out that LA has become a shithole. And crime has risen and is rising, and it is starting to reach the rich. It's starting to get outward, not just directly in the city. And this is not a Manson case. This is not a, loony case. Now remember, it doesn't say homicide in that article. Okay, it not a suicide rather, right? It doesn't say suicide. It says homicide. So I'd be curious to see what happened. Now, look, I'd say most of us at this point with Rob Reiner, we're far removed, don't care in that sense. But again, I will be curious to see how this story turns out. And they have cameras. This motherfucker's rich as shit. I assume there's cameras. So be curious to see how this turns out. And the reactions of fellow celebrities. And their pleas to Gavin Newsom to clean up the city. To get tough on crime. So we'll see. Clint also says, I don't know if any of you have seen a cow get artificially impregnated. I have not had the pleasure, Clint. I've not had the pleasure to see a cow get artificially inseminated, but he would he would stick that arm in so the tail was up on that shoulder. I haven't thought about these stories in 20 years. Well, friend, I am glad to be the one who brought about these memories for you. I truly am. And that's what I'm here for. If you need a shoulder to lean on, or you need someone to bring up classic memories like this, I'm your guy. Holy shit. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh yeah, I saw this. I thought this was very strange too. Very strange. I am anti-artificial, right? I like AI to an extent. I saw this article tonight, and I thought, these two things don't go together. Tiffany Haddish, Mo Amer, and Zahn McClarnon, and more celebrated at Faith and Spirituality Honors. That's not Hollywood, that's holy. A faith and media event in Hollywood? What? What? Seriously. Like, in Beverly Hills of all places, where even the Jesus on a cross has fake boobs in Beverly Hills, folks. That's where we're at. Tonight is about acknowledging the cultural, creative, and human progress that comes when we portray faith with honesty and depth. Jeff Simpson, CEO of Deseret Management Corps. I could not believe they had a faith ceremony celebration in Beverly Hills in Hollywood. And Tiffany Haddish is a big fucking name, folks. But what even got me more thinking about it was the fact of, like, at this point right now, doesn't Chris Pratt get a lot of shit for being, like, Christian? On X and Instagram and in Hollywood, doesn't he catch a bunch of shit for being, like, religious? And yet, you know, Tiffany Haddish, you know, I guarantee you're not going to see a single fucking article about this. Not one. But these two things, this doesn't go together. Like, that just doesn't go together. I don't even know, like, it. I don't even care about the ceremony. I just care. I want to see the reactions from fellow actors and whether anyone gets attacked for being at this ceremony. Like, I truly do. I'm speechless. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I am curious. In Tennessee, Tennessee bans candy, soft drinks, and more from SNAP benefits in 2026. A state waiver approved by the USDA will prohibit candy, soft drinks, and processed foods where sugar is most prominent in the ingredients. Retailers express concerns about implementation costs and lack of guidance. No, retailers are worried that people aren't going to be spending them EBT points and bucks regularly at their store anymore for buying Sour Patch Kids and fucking Cokes for their kids on their EBT cards. Right? Yeah. That's the whole trick, right, Todd? Like, And this will, look, you're going to see 100%. And look, this was on December 11th, by the way. A lot of controversy over this. Now, I don't know if this is the first state. I really don't know. And I have not looked into it. But you're going to hear the people that you think you're going to hear from. The exact people that you're going to hear from are the people that you think you're going to hear from who have a problem with this. I think it's great. I don't know why this would be a problem. Now, people will say, well, you can't regulate what people eat. No, but you should be able to regulate what they can buy on government-funded debit cards. For your family, yes. Yes, you should be able to regulate that. When you and I pay for it, then yes. Like, you should be able to regulate it. Force people to eat healthy. Now, I'm not saying I am the most healthy eater by any means, but I also don't take money other than the money I make at my job. Right? So, by eliminating candy and soft drinks, pushing those who are on SNAP, maximizing options so they pick better options. 100%. The restrictions aim to address Tennessee's growing obesity crisis by encouraging healthier food choices among SNAP recipients. That should not be a problem. There should be no problem whatsoever with this, period. Now listen, look at this shit. However, the implementation presents challenges for retailers across the state. The ban can be confusing to navigate for items like LaCroix, a sparkling water that was deemed acceptable because it lacks added sugars, while other carbonated beverages with different ingredients could be prohibited. Okay, and guess what you have? You know what you have? You have a fucking list. You know what else you have? You know what else you have now with the modern world we live in? You have a computer system that's attached to your POS that literally can tell you whether something is a restricted item, i.e., if you're going to sell alcohol, it automatically pops a prompt up asking you to requiring identification. You can do the same thing and it won't cost you a fucking dime. It's called having your IT person, having the people in charge of your POS, your point of sale system, literally go in and check a box, mark the items that are on the list. A list should be provided. If it's on the list, I'm sorry, as soon as you scan it, not at the end of the transaction, not all of a sudden when somebody scanned $300 worth of fucking bullshit and they're holding up the fucking line before they go hold up the customer service line buying the fucking lottery scratch-offs and trading them back in. But each item that comes up should literally, like, especially at a cashier. Now, self-checkout, yeah. It's gonna be at the end, and it's gonna pull it up on the screen, and it's gonna say, this item, you know, if you try to use that payment processing, this item cannot be accepted. You know, would you like to pay for it in cash? It's going to impact thousands of items. Okay, well, sorry. Rob Ickard with the Tennessee Grocers and Convenience Store Association expressed concerns about the lack of guidance and funding for implementation. While larger grocery chains may handle the adjustment more easily, independent stores face greater challenges. I can't argue with that, but they still are able to suss out about selling alcohol and cigarettes and other things. So, yeah, like, you know, if you get through the transaction, you ring some shit up and you go to run the debit card, if that shit is flagged in some shape, form, or fashion, then that person might be pissed, but it is what it is. It says there's not much guidance, there's no funding, and this is certainly going to cost food retailers in Tennessee money to implement this policy. Because here's the trick. That's all they give a fuck about. That's all they give a fuck about. is the money, right? They don't give a fuck about nothing else but the money. Roughly 10%. Now, here's a stat. Roughly 10% of Tennessee residents rely on SNAP benefits for their grocery purchases. 10%. War Chest is in the house. What's going on, buddy? All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see here. Giraffe jumps in, says, can't do that in Seattle. Government gets too much money from taxing the poor with their sugar tax on soda. Turk says, I think it's a great idea. Stanley says, diabetes should dwindle. It needs to. It's fucking killing people. Snap goes your junk food diet, bitch. Stew for Lunch says, hey, Stew for Lunch. Soda Mixer, hello. Oops, I mean greeting to you, Pop Litter, and to all you chat room participants. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, snap, you can't buy that shit. I joke, I kid because I care. Clint's 6 minutes behind in real time. We're talking about a Utah story from the. No, it was Clint. It was a Hollywood spiritual ceremony they had, and I just found it fascinating that Hollywood would have a spirituality ceremony and religious ceremony, and somehow, I guess depending who's in it and attends, it's okay, but then other people it's not. That's probably what the bottom line is. HK Viper says they do it with the FSA, HSA items. I'm sure it's easy to do. That's kind of my thing, right? Like, there is a way. Stu also adds, with your own money, buy what you want for sure, but with assistance, it just makes sense to create a healthier diet, and it will help with medical issues as well. Yeah, so this is a win-win. This is a positive. Right? This is a win-win, but you're going to have people argue this shit to the fucking hilt. They are going to go ape shit crazy, and they already have. The story's 3 days old. No doubt about it. More Chess says they don't want to help with health in America. I agree. You know, it's about the money. And look, I understand it. It's retail. It's capitalism. Again, we're talking about government-funded food stamps. I think it's okay to regulate what people can and can't buy with their food stamps. Can you go to the liquor store and buy liquor with your food stamps? Right? Now, some people would say that's a life that could be life-saving. Right? And alcohol, yes, you can die. If you drink that much alcohol, you can die. If you don't have it. Right? So I understand to an extent. You ain't gonna die if you don't have your Hershey's. Ain't gonna die if you don't have your Fruit Gushers. You ain't gonna die if your kid doesn't have their Chips Ahoy. You ain't gonna die if they don't have their Red Bull. Right? Like, let's get real. And you know what? Here's the other thing too. Sometimes fucking hard decisions have to be fucking made, man. Like, Christ almighty. This idea of just everything goes, everything's okay, nothing's a big deal, right? Like, then you end up with fucking chaos, man. Like, you end up with chaos when everything goes. And we've seen the results of that right now in society. We literally have seen the results of it. If anything goes and everything's okay, you get what you get. And right now, we're getting the results of that. And it's not good. Matthew says, yes, you can. You buy a 5-cent candy with a food stamp and take the rest in cash to buy the alcohol. Right. I mean, it truly needs to be regulated with do's and don'ts. You can't do this and you can do that. And those choices, considering who's paying for it, yeah, there should be guidelines. There should be guardrails. And I would say most level-headed people are A-okay with it. The people that aren't okay with it, obviously, are going to be the people that are getting the assistance. The problem is, identifying those that actually need it, and then those who abuse it. And I'd say 10% of Tennessee residents have SNAP benefits, and I would say probably a majority of them probably abuse it, and or are just hooked on them, and they don't. It's just, it's just their thing, right? Like once you start down that road, it's hard to stop because it's free, right? It's free. I've seen stories about parents that will not allow their children to get a job at McDonald's or a part-time job in the hood because it'll fuck up their EBT. It'll fuck up their government assistance, right? So you're not allowing your child to get a job and have responsibility and learn what the real world is like because it'll fuck up your EBT credits, right? 3 Star says, I think it's a great idea to regulate it. It would force people to eat healthier, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know that I probably at first and for a while it probably sucked, but honestly, even for myself, it's like in the long term, you get used to anything, and the benefit outweighs the detriment part of it, right? Like the benefit far outweighs of it. Says the other edge of that sword is that all of the healthy stuff is more expensive. The assistance doesn't go as far. Well, I don't think it's forcing people to buy the overly, like the healthy, expensive stuff as much as it's just cutting out the bullshit. You're just cutting out the bullshit, right? But if you're buying meat and products that actually are not mainly sugar, because that's what it is. It's mostly whatever sugar makes up the predominant ingredient, right? That is a lot of items. But bottom line is that from a health standpoint, you're maybe spending that on other things. It's not saying that it's like the expensive, healthy, organic aisle or whatever you want to call it, but it's cutting out the bullshit, right? I think that's probably where the spirit of this is at. Let's see here. If you restrict the choices, then you encourage people to get off the government tit. I think that truly is the main thing. I think it goes beyond even just the health part of it. It's getting people to fucking get on their goddamn feet and stop sucking off of these titties, man. Like, it's you have to figure something out. You just keep supporting people for no fucking reason. It's like the living wage experiment of just paying a living wage to someone just because they fucking exist on this planet. It's absurd. In a perfect world, sure, everybody could live and enjoy life in a utopian society, but that's just not how the world runs, at least not in a free world, right? Drop the candy bar and grab an apple. It's cheaper, says Todd C. And you're right, Todd. The organic, if it's not organic, it's not that crazy expensive. Back to the always save yellow boxes. Damn. Bologna is just a hot dog pancake. Time to French it up. Yeah, you can actually take some bologna and you can make all kinds of shit with bologna. I think healthy eating is about the same money, maybe a touch more. I eat a lot of nuts. They ain't cheap. Pecans and cashews are like gold price. Yes, you're right. Nuts in particular, and you're right. Pecans, they are expensive as fuck. Cashews, expensive as fuck. Like, those kind of proteins, like that kind of stuff, yeah, it is expensive. I can't argue with that. But again, it's just cutting out the bullshit. And that, HK, is the biggest problem I have these days. It's fucking candy. It's out of control. And don't you love going in a place where they don't even offer the regular size candy bars? All they have, especially in the good ones, are the goddamn king size, right? The giant size. I hate it. There's one gas station that I stop off with my son on the way back after I pick him up every other weekend. And they got candy, and it's a good aisle, but I'll be damned if it ain't the whole fucking thing. And it's not a big aisle, but the whole fucking thing is nothing but the biggest size available. And it's expensive as shit. So think about that. That's the other thing. You're using up your SNAP benefits to buy candy and shit that's crazy fucking expensive. More expensive by the ounce, for some of you, more expensive by the ounce than buying, I say healthy, but AKA like even just burgers, ground beef, right? I mean, you know, a pound of ground beef, if anywhere from $4.99 to $6.99, depending on what your ratio is in fat to lean. But and then depending on where you get it, you might be able to find it cheaper. Go to an Aldi or something like that. But then on top of that, that's less than 2 candy bars or a pound of ground beef to feed your family that night with fucking sloppy Joe. I don't fucking know, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's time people fucking need it. I mean, god damn it. Like, this supersize me shit is out of fucking control, man. And kids now, the obesity rate and the diabetic rate now in this country is truly, you know, out of control. And again, the prophecy of the movie WALL-E is going to come true one day. It will absolutely one day come true. You can see it. Unfettered, unchecked. Everybody's rolling around in VR, or they're in their apartment on VR, or in the real world, and they're not doing shit. And you've got a AI or a robot to do your chores, and to do your job. There ain't gonna be no fucking jobs left. I swear to God, man. And Todd, you know, man, you might be right. You know what I mean? Like it's. Not every country, right? We do know this is not every country. Culture is different in different countries. Let's see. War Chest, he says, I spent all my food stamps on steaks and applesauce. You son of a bitch. Actually, no, I'm glad. Glad you do. Yeah, I love Ritz crackers, and I do love Cheese Whiz. But when I get Cheese Whiz, I buy the basic bitch kind. I don't buy the good shit. I don't get the Kraft shit, even though it is better. I get the Kroger American cheese spray in a fucking can. And I know that shit ain't healthy. And I don't get it but maybe once or twice a year at best. But damn, that shit is good. You know I'm right. Yeah, I know the UK is definitely off the hook. As a matter of fact, UK is turning into little Islam, isn't it? It's out of control over there. Yeah, we are close to Idiocracy. We're gonna get to WALL-E soon, because WALL-E is post Idiocracy to me, not pre. Turk says he cut out all dairy. Okay. I mean, now, for some people, that is that's a must do. For some people, it is a choice. And as Turk says, I recently changed my whole diet due to health reasons. So not necessarily by choice, but when those words come down, it's you gotta do what you gotta do. So to change your whole diet due to health reasons, I cut all sugar, pasta, and starchy stuff. I feel like $1 million again. It's amazing just what a food diet change can actually do for you, right? Let alone whatever else. Like, I need to quit smoking, okay? Bottom line, need to quit smoking. If I quit smoking, I have no doubt I will feel way better than I do right now. 100%. I know that, right? Without a doubt. And now I eat real cheese with crackers, says Todd. Yeah, you got off the cheese it. But real cheese is real fucking good. Stu, I love that shit. I love it. You got my Cheese Whiz, boy. Which says even cheese spray and whiz doesn't taste the same. Get that cheese spray. It may be the equivalent of spray foam, but again, that shit is good. That shit good. Cosmic fucking brownies. Okay, let's talk about the cosmic fucking brownies, Turk. My son had a stretch where he loved those cosmic brownies and would eat the whole fucking box in like one sitting. Those things, yeah, I get it, bruh. I get it. I'm telling you. Garaf says, I gotta admit it. The McRib has changed for sure. Still a nice treat, but man, back in the day, they were next level. I agree. They have changed. I think there might have been like 1.2% actual rib meat in them back in the day. Idiocracy, Demolition Man, then Wally. Ooh, good. That's okay. Not bad. Pork rinds. I am also a sucker for pork rinds, and I love beef jerky. I eat the fuck out of beef jerky, peppered beef jerky in particular. But I'll take regular beef jerky. I don't like the teriyaki shit. I don't like the tender bites. No, I want that shit. I want to be able to yank that bitch off there. Give me that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, cut out dairy after hearing Clint's cow insemination story. That makes sense. That makes sense. Those of you probably quitting cows tonight. Quit drinking and smoking. Now the food changed. Shit, I feel like I'm one hell of a quitter. No, you're actually the fucking winner, bro. That's what you are. You're the actual winner. You get the trophy, bro. No doubt about it. Matthew says, I can only eat real dairy, not processed product. That is unpasteurized milk, unprocessed cheese. Anything from the regular grocery store messes me up. Damn. Of course. Of course. Of course you do. Of course you do. Why not? Isn't that funny? Cosmic brownies, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I got some of them motherfuckers too. Yeah. Why not? They are good, especially if you like brownies. Not too bad. Worcester says they did a poll, and that's POLE, by the way. I know a couple girls that did a poll in the UK to see if people thought the Muslims were taking over. 10% said yes. The rest said Durka Durka Jihad Jihad Jihad. You hit me with that the other night. Damn, that's great. Let's see here. Yep, summer sausage. Love summer sausage, folks. I do. He cannot tell a lie. His name is 3-Star Draw, a.k.a. Down South 77, a.k.a. Davin. Let's see. Alcohol keeps me off soda. Alcohol healthier than soda. Some people do it together. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, plain jerky, not over peppered. I can't do the over peppered shit. Stew for lunch. Goody two shoes. Don't smoke. Don't drink. What do? You don't drink. Don't smoke. What do you do? Subtle innuendo. Must be something inside. The last wild cow, and wide cow for that matter, died in 1647. Damn. That's a shame. And I really don't fucking know what else to say about it. I was only kidding, Warchest. You know that. I know what you're talking about. Cosmic brownies are good, but I miss the old ones with the English walnuts better. Okay. See, now we're getting into the different types of cosmic brownies. This is the conversation I like to have right here. Ding dongs, get the fuck out of here. Somebody clip this right now. I love ding dongs. Love ding dongs. Boy, I love ding dongs, don't I? Yeah, those motherfuckers are good. I eat the shit out of them things. I ain't gonna lie. Galaxy fudge. What about government cheese? How about that? Double fisting ding dongs all day long. Holy shit. No, you're good. We all type fast. That's why we all fuck everything up these days. Let's see here. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, the foil wrap is good. Foil wrap is good. Only way to have them. I agree with you 100%. Turk, caffeine, nicotine, and hate gets me through the day. God, you and I, HK, have a lot in common. Let's see here. And then Warchest says, I hate the way they've raised prices on shit. Look, it is out of fucking control. Shit at the grocery store now, man, it's fucking like $2.50 more than it used to be. And that could be junk food. That could be regular shit. It is out of control. It absolutely is. Says, but also cut back on portions. I mean, dude, they think we are all visually impaired and can't math. It's like when you go to Dollar General. You can buy a box of Triscuits at Kroger, and you can buy a box of Triscuits at Dollar General, and you're like, oh, shit, I'm getting a good deal. The Triscuits, man, they're a little cheaper at Dollar General. And then you realize it's like a half-size box. Put them side by side. I promise you, they're not the same. Look, okay, you must know what's been in the fridge for me like the last few months, because Nutty Buddies, okay, Jesus Christ. Like, I am a sucker for them sons of bitches. I get the, not the Nutty Buddies, but what are the other ones called? What's the other ones in the blue box? You know what I'm talking about. In a blue box, they run a special on those fuckers at Kroger all the time. And for some reason, the name escapes me, because they basically are Nutty Buddies, but they're not Nutty Buddies, because they have the chocolate. They're like dipped in chocolate. And then they have like the nuts too, and vanilla. And the cone. Nutty Buddies, they have just the nuts on the outside, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like cut off at the top, right? It's like a flat top, like Guile's hair. And I like those too, but I like the other ones even better. Let's see here. Nutty Buddies even smaller. Yeah, a little smaller. We did talk about Little Debbie's, Clint. We did. In particular, Cosmic Brownies. Fudge Rounds were the jam when I was a kid. Fudge Rounds were the fucking jam. Okay. What about Banana Twins? Did you guys ever eat the Banana Twins? Love them bitches. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Gotta love them nuts, man. Let's see. Right now, they're killing me with the one thing I absolutely cannot go without: coffee. Yeah, coffee. Dude, I went to pick... What the fuck? What the actual literal fuck? Mostly buy K-Cups. I did buy a Folgers can, the small can. It's like $8.50 fucking cents. I swear to God, 2 years ago, that motherfucker was like $6 on sale, $4.99. I swear it. Almost $9 for a small can of fucking Folgers. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see here. You guys have some great shit. Moon pies, banana moon pies. All day long. Banana moon pies. Love them. Sucker for them. Matthew, the price hikes are meant to control us when you realize 90% of our food are controlled by 3 companies: Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Philip Morris. And as my grandmother used to say, Coca-Cola. Pepsi, Philip Morris, yeah. Cigarette company, definitely. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It truly is. And it ain't changing no time soon. Or just as I had the Banana Twins when I was in Boy Scouts, I did not like it. Yeah, but they liked you. Green apple gummy bears, says Stanley. Okay, all right, we're fucking hitting it, y'all. Y'all are laying it out for me right here. I love this shit. Let's see. I missed the Hostess outlet stores. Hostess outlet stores. Wow. Used to have all around Seattle. Did not know that. Got a Twinkie, the kid carrying case for Twinkies. It's magical. Wow. I did mention Rob Reiner and his wife a little while ago. G.I. Jet, man, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out with me and Warchest Friday night. It's a little hangout just for the hell of it. The thumbnail obviously did not match the stream, but whatever. Who gives a shit? Yeah, we did. I can't wait to hear a little more news about that. It's a very strange story. You're right, Turk. It is absolutely all processed poison. The orange moon pies are good. Never had one. Never had one. Pistachio Grinch promo is messed up. Green and salty like my nuts. Matthew, you need to go see a doctor. Now, since I can't get health insurance this year, I will not be able to see a doctor for my green and salty nuts. But you can. You actually can. Yes, no, it is definitely murder. Definitely murder. And I did see here too. It says Rob recently checked himself in a facility for mental health. Rob Reiner did recently. Let's see. Green and salty, just like my nut. Oh, wowie. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this ad. This was just sent to me. And I am going to show you guys this ad that I just received. And, yeah. Wow, this is something. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. All right. Let's take a look, shall we? Ding, ding, ding. You're on a roll there with the snacks, though. You guys are crushing it, man. I love this shit. This is great. Okay. Here we go. This is a real ad sent by one Matthew Matson. Green and salty, just like my nuts. What? Nutter Butters, definitely good shit. I love Italian cookies too. The kind that have the little gel in the center. Yellow gel, red gel, green gel. You know what I'm talking about. Italian cookies. Milanos are badass too. Let's not forget about Milanos. Twinkies are super small. Totally. Banana Twins, after they've been in the fridge for a day and the cream gets hard. See, somebody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, there it is, Matthew. Thanks for the picture. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Yeah, Twinkies, cookies, and cream. Ice cream. I'm a vanilla guy, okay? As you guys all know, I'm extremely racist, evidently, at least according to Hasbro. And I'm just like vanilla ice cream. I just like vanilla ice cream. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know what I like to do? I like vanilla ice cream, vanilla bean ice cream. I like to put it in the bowl and then pour a little milk into it and whip it up. Whip that sucker up. Man, it's just like a, nice, smooth ice cream. Not really a shake. Still eating it with a spoon out of a bowl. Yeah, a little milk. Say it with me. All right, let's see here. In 2017, they started processing that shit even more. Oreo doesn't taste right. Lucky Charms. All that shit doesn't taste right. Even Hershey's isn't creamy anymore. I don't know. I'll tell you, Matthew, the ad probably is real, to be honest with you. Because they do have that Grinch coming out, right? Okay. Bread and meat at Subway. I love Subway. I'm one of those weirdos that prefers Subway over Firehouse and over the any other place, okay? I love the Italian BMT. I put all the fixins on it. All the veggies and shit. Oil and vinegar. Spicy mustard. Salt and pepper. I have not noticed that yet. I will notice. I will take a notice next time. I like the Italian bread. It's what I do. French vanilla. Love that custardy style. See? That's what I'm talking about, man. Black walnut. Now, you and 3-Star probably have that in common. The black walnut ice cream. I'm sure you guys do. Menjoza's in the house. Menjoza, everybody's just listing their favorite fucking treats, their favorite snacks, their favorite junk food. Because in Tennessee, they are banning Snap. You can't buy things that predominantly have sugar in it as the main ingredient. on your EBT SNAP food stamps in Tennessee starting in 2026. So it just got us down a list. Yes. Yeah, well, I used a blender for TGI Fridays for several years. I prefer to stay away from them. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, this topic is great. I'm totally okay with this topic. I mean, you guys are just busting it, right? Yeah, Jared, that son of a bitch. He ruined Subway for a lot of people. I felt the disturbance in the snacks. When they dropped spicy Italian at Subway, they lost me as a customer, Graf says. They no longer make sandwiches for me. So they're not all-inclusive anymore. Is that what you're saying? They are no longer the diverse and inclusive company they said they were. It pisses me off. I think we need to make a post about it. Drop that shit on People Magazine. Yeah, black walnut anything, especially my black walnut pie. Yep, 3-Star makes a homemade black walnut pie. Has one of the walnut crushers. Bust them bitches up. Bust the shell up. Gets the walnut. Makes a pie. It's that easy, folks. You can do it too. GI, you're going down tomorrow, buddy. And I don't want to hear about it. Steelers are winning tomorrow. It's going to be 18 degrees in Pittsburgh at game time. Do you think the Dolphins can actually play in cold weather? Very well documented. Very well documented. Such as it's documented on ChatGPT. That they'll give you a list of shit that's been altered and have gotten the most complaints. It's crazy. Well, guess what we're about to do, folks? Since War Chest gave me an idea, we're about to do it. Let's look up ChatGPT. And let's see what it says. All right. So what's our prompt, War Chest? A list of shit that's been altered and has gotten the most complaints. Is that how I should prompt it? List of shit that's been altered and gotten the most complaints. I'm curious now. You've got me curious. I want to know. Did you all get any boppers when I did not, but I damn sure remember boppers. You know what I want? I want Fruit Juicy. I want Fruit Juicy back. How about that? How you like them apples? Coke was number one in my book in the 90s. I can tell you that, War Chest. I want Fruit Juicy back. No questions asked. No excuses taken. Take no prisoners. All right, so War Chest, what's my prompt, man? List of shit that was been altered and gotten the most complaints. How do I word this thing? How do I word it? I'm on ChatGPT right now. Let's go. Let's go. What's my prompt? Inquiring minds want to know. List of what? Products that, or food products that have been changed. List of food products that have been changed and gotten the most complaints. How about that? Is that a good one? I can spell. Go into Tennessee. Let's find out. Over the years, many food products. All right, let's take a look. Maybe you guys will agree with some of it. Okay. Hang on. Oh, shit, I have to do a new one. But, tell you what, we'll copy this. We'll paste it. And then we'll put in the last 10 years. Come on. All right. Let's find out. Fruit Stripe gum. All right. Coca-Cola formula change 2020. Fans of the classic taste felt the changes led to a less refreshing, watered-down flavor. I agree with that. The reformulation was particularly controversial in countries where sugar-free or diet alternatives were already available. Okay, so Coca-Cola, Tropicana, Lay's potato chips. Changing the frying oil. Ben and Jerry's ingredient changes. Says they changed, eliminating artificial additives and stabilizers, switching to non-GMO ingredients, and sourcing their dairy from more sustainable farms. So they actually were trying to do something positive, and everybody said, fuck the positive. We need our EBT. We need our Snap Ben and Jerry's, bitch. Kraft mac and cheese powder change. Been a while. I used to buy my son the little single ones where you like microwave it for 90 seconds and then you put the powder in and you stir that shit up. He loved those things. They were removing yellow dye from its famous cheese powder. So it altered the taste. Heinz ketchup formula change. Did you guys notice a Heinz ketchup change? What about Nutella? Are you guys big Nutella or what I call it Nutella fans? You like Nutella? Yes, we did go over that a little bit ago. We did go over Rob Reiner. We did a flyover on Robbie Reiner. Let's see here. Gushers gum. Yeah, right. Fuck JatPT, says Matthew. And it's owned and run by former CIA operative one James Snowden. We had an epic grinder place out here. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? Let's see here. Jolt Cola, definitely remember. Yet still around. Tab, I don't know. Donald Duck orange juice. Man. Yeah, Tab's been a while. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they did Tab anymore. Fresca, okay. Fresca and Nutella is what dreams are made of, says 3-star draw. Yeah, waiting to find out about Rob Reiner and kind of like what transpired. I'm sure they have cameras and shit too. Yellow dye number 5 was said to shrink your testicles in the 90s. I wondered why they're so small. Damn it. McDonald's fry oil change. Do you guys think McDonald's fries are different now than they used to be? What do you think? I still love them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still love them. But I tell you what fries I like best. I like curly fries. And I like shoestring fries. Like Steak and Shake. You can fit the whole fucking container that they give you of fries in your mouth at Steak and Shake. Hostess Twinkies recipe and texture change. Do you remember when Twinkies were going away? Do you remember when Twinkies were going to disappear? And then they got saved at the last minute? Twinkies were going to be gone forever. Got saved. Went bankrupt in 2012 and was restructured under new ownership in 2013 with a slight formula change, different preservatives, and possibly slight change in the sponge cake texture. Who doesn't love sponge cake? I'll tell you, 3-star, I can't do the snowballs. And I know people really love them. I personally, I'm not a big fan of the snowballs, but I know a lot of people that are, for sure. Pringles. Do you guys think Pringles have changed recently? Arby's curly fries are the shit, GI. That's for sure. I'll give you that, bruh. I will give you that. Mojo potatoes from Shakey's Pizza. I don't know. My broke ass drank Tang like a mofo as a kid. Hey, man. I'll tell you what. Tang, I had a few times as a kid. Not a lot. But I tell you what I don't like. High C. I don't like High C. That shit is got a thickness to it. When you drink it, it's not like regular OJ. It's High C or whatever. Not just it's High C and what's the What's the other orange drink? The commercial where they have it in the back of the fridge. orange drinks. Let's see here. No, not alcoholic orange drinks. I'm talking about just Sunny D. Sunny D is the shit. Yes, thank you. Sunny D is the shit that's got that real thick funk. That shit sticks to the back of your throat, man. I mean, like, that's what my ex-girlfriend used to say. But, like, yeah, I can't do Sunny D. That shit. There it is. Yeah, I can't stand that shit. It's got this just... like, you can't even talk after drinking it. It's that thick. Gatorade. Gatorade kind of tastes the same to me. Not that great. I'm one of those freaks that likes the original Gatorade, the yellow and the orange. Love some Orange Crush. Love some Capri Sun. Right? Sunny D kills my throat. Yeah, shitty D, exactly. And high C, yeah, right? Like it's you know, can't do it. Gatorade gum. Good calling, Joseph. Gatorade gum. Hell yeah. That shit was. It was tangy, man. You'd get your jowls all watery too. It's like about when you're about to eat a dill pickle, you can feel all this right here just start watering up. Like, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Pizza Hut? Pan pizza change? I don't know. I ain't had Pizza Hut in a long time, man. I can't lie. I ain't had that shit in a long time. I don't give a fuck about Yoplait either. You can Yoplait that shit right out the door. Shit's gross. Oreo formula change, okay? As War Chest mentioned earlier. Chobani yogurt. Chobani yogurt. Do you guys like Chobani? Cracker Barrel does Gatorade gum? I'm surprised. I'm surprised they still do. I ain't gonna lie. I really do. I'm surprised. Hell, I'm surprised Cracker Barrel's still open after their little when they try to change their identity. Everything is different since beef tallow was banned and artificial bitters were forced to be used in frying and fast food. Bananas were destroyed in the 50s. What we have today are hybrid. I know that real potatoes used to be like for fast food. They used to peel real potatoes and use those to make fries in like just oil, like regular fry. The oil's changed. They're not using, right. They just get the fries in frozen in a bag. They're not real. It's changed a lot. I would dare say if all of us went back in time and we ate at fast food when it first started coming out, right? In the 50s, whatever, 60s, very popular, brand new thing. Everybody's on board, driving up in their cars, right? Kids going up, right? People on roller skates, taking that shit out to your car like Sonic. I bet that shit was fresh. And then once they learned that they needed to save money, or they could save money and like make more money, then all that shit changed. It's true. Cause girl, it's true. Ooh, 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 I love you. All right, let's see. What else we got? Big League Chew. Yeah, Big League Chew. Ain't nothing like getting a big old wad of Big League Chew, man. And just sticking that bitch right there. Then going out and hitting some wiffle balls with your buddies. Pizza rolls do taste like shit now, and I love pizza rolls, man. I've always loved pizza rolls. They do suck now. Pizza Hut crust is made with as much sugar as Chick-fil-A. God dang, well, I guess if you got Snap, you ain't going to fucking Pizza Hut, are you, man? Graf says the Greek Chobani is all right, but the price of yogurt has been stupid for a while. I believe that. 100% believe that. Yeah, the high fructose shit, right, that they soak fries in. Fucking gross. Yeah, I can't do yogurt either. Not a fan. Not really. Never have been. I've tried it. Tried it in the past. Just couldn't do it. Unless I was eating it off of some titties. Let's see. All right, fuck that list. Let's get off that list. What else do I have here? Oh, I know what I want to do. I wanted to show you guys my YouTube recap. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you guys my YouTube recap. So we're going to look at my YouTube recap. It should still be on my channel. I could be wrong. But it should still be on here. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it at? Where is it at? Ba-ding, ding, ding. Is it view your channel? Is that where I found it, or was it YouTube Studio? I think it was just view your channel. But it might be in my notifications too. I could just probably find it. Slim Daddy 72, new sub, Slim Daddy. Man, I wish Slim Daddy showed up, man. Because I've known that guy for a long time, man. A long time. That's a good dude. All right, let's see if I can find it real quick. If not, I know how to get it, so I can show it to you guys. But I definitely wanted to go through it because it's interesting to me. Let's see. I don't know. It might be gone, so we'll have to do it another way. That is all right. All right, let's see here. Chat amongst yourselves for a second. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see. I actually downloaded it. So maybe that's where I can find it, huh? I'm so stupid. All right. Let's go. Downloads. God, I got all these damn Gemini photos. It's going to take me forever to go through this. You guys let me know if your YouTube recap is still up for you. But I know I downloaded mine. But I wanted to share it because there's a lot on here that just doesn't jibe with like what I think that I have actually been looking at, and it's just really strange. So let's see here. Come on. Oh, come on. Tell me you don't have to sync all this shit. Okay. This is what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you guys. I took pictures, individual screenshots of the entire thing. So I'm just going to go through each one. I'm going to email them to myself. All right. I think that's got them all. All right. 25 selected. Let's share this. Come on. All right. Sorry this is taking so long. I literally thought I was going to be able to just pull it right up, no problem. But obviously that was not to be. Okay. Boom. There we go. All right. So I want to go through this because it's very strange. Very, very strange. All right. Here we go. Your recap is here. All right. Yeah. It's like, why is it so small? There it is. What the fuck is happening here? Oh god, it's just playing. I don't even know what's it's literally, it's just playing. Like can this be any bigger? Okay. All right. Hang on. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. This is strange. All right. Let me blow this screen up. God, what the fuck? This fucking disaster here. I'm like, what the hell? All right. Go back. In the literal hell. Yeah. Thank you. All right. It's like uncontrollable. This is fucking whack. Okay. All right, this is the only way I can share it, I guess. This makes no sense. God damn it. I hate this shit. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this shit. And then when you download it, I guess it downloads like a copy of just the page. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to share this fucking page and I'll see. If you guys can see this, let me know. God damn. This is fucking bullshit. All right. The most listened to song is Rosanna by Toto. All right. We're going to cut that off. So then it tells me that I explored music documentaries, analyzing movies, current events, new technology, watching sports, watching game streams, toy collecting. Okay, that makes sense. Top interests. Video game reviews, number 1. Number 2, exploring space. Which makes no sense. Number 3, watching sports highlights. Number 4, comedy shows. And number 5, game lore. That is bullshit. All right, that's bullshit. Because I don't know what it considers a comedy show. I watched 1,500 channels. Says that's 4 times the average viewer. 1,500 channels, 4 times the average viewer. My top channels were Film Threat, number 1. A Punk with Toys, number 2. The Pat McAfee Show, number 3. Gamer Ranks, number 4. And Luke Stevens Live is number 5. Luke Stevens does a video game channel. He talks about games and shit. He's actually very good. Pat McAfee, yeah, in the last half a year or so, I've watched a lot of Pat. Obviously, Punk's channel's up there, but that's mainly once a week, twice a week. Film Threat, I watch a lot, but man, I don't know, man. There's a lot of the channels I've watched a whole lot of. Let's see. One channel that really showed up for, and that was Film Threat, which was 0.2% of viewers. I watched 187 Film Threat videos this year. I know, Sydney should be number 1, shouldn't she, Graph? Let's see. It says I have a curious mind, okay? So I thought that was odd that it says 2025, you showed many different sides of you. Ancient mysteries, space exploration, and historical documentaries? It doesn't make any sense because I didn't look at a lot of that shit. Video game reviews, game lore, and gaming news. Yes, that is true. I have watched a lot of gaming shit. You enjoy cozy moments like a cozy fireplace, relaxing sounds, and fire ambiance. Well, I remember like maybe early this year having the fireplace on because like I'd leave it on YouTube. It'd be like a fireplace for 12 hours. I guess it counts that. So, I guess. Curious mind, game enthusiast, and relaxed. I don't think those are true. You match nicely with one personality type, the Wonder Seeker. You're drawn to awe-inspiring content that shows extraordinary skills. You watched video game reviews and explored space documentaries. I haven't watched a lot of fucking space documentaries. This shit is weird. Okay, let's look back at some moments for you. Watched game reviews. You started the year by checking out reviews and news about new and classic games. Asmongold TV, Angry Joe Show, Luke Stevens Live. Mid-year, you explored interviews and concerts, discovering new artists and sounds. Rick Beato, Drumless Tracks for Drummers, and Star Wars Theory. Okay. Let's see what happened late 2025. Nerdrotic, Club Random Podcast, and the Pat McAfee Show. Club Random, barely even that. Like a couple of streams. Focused on current events. Yeah, whatever. All right, not only did you watch, you also listened to Rosanna by Toto, Georgie Porgy by Toto, FM by Steely Dan, Peg, Drumless, Phil Collins and Philip Bailey, Easy Lover, drumless version. Hell yeah. I think you're right, Menjoza. I think I did fall asleep to some shit. Okay, your top artist. Now, Andre Forbes, that's like a drumless channel. Okay, that's like drumless tracks. And you guys obviously have seen me play drumless tracks. But also on that list, Alex Williams, who is an artist that a friend of mine was playing with. He's very good. I recommend you look him up. He's a very good country artist, but his stuff is like southern rock, Waylon Jennings vocals style, very baritone, rich. Huey Lewis, Daryl Hall and John Oates, and Toto are my top artists of the year. All right. I will look up Pat and the Indie Canal. When it came to games, you were all in. Assassin's Creed Shadows, not because I liked it, because I love the controversy surrounding it. That's what I was doing with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Fallout 3, Skyrim, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. My YouTube award is most likely to find the hidden Easter egg in your favorite game before anyone else. Really. 2025 recap. Top channels, Film Threat, Punk with Toys, Pat McAfee Show, Top Interest, Video Games, Space, Not. Sports Highlights, Yep, that's in there. So that's my recap. I think my recap looks a little bit like these guys here, if I'm just being honest. Right now, the Hall of Honor actually is playing on my TV for the Steelers. That's Ben Roethlisberger, Marquise Pouncey, and I believe Joey Porter inducted into the Steelers Hall of Honor today, maybe. Anyway, so, I mean, come on. Got to love them Steelers. But anyway, so yeah, check out your YouTube recap. It's quite interesting. I don't know if it's exactly correct, because I think you're right. Menjoza falling asleep to some content, I think, does it, right? And that's interesting. Film Threat and a Punk with Toys on your list too, Graf. That's cool. I love it. I do like watch Nerdrotic. BTM Basketball Time Machine. Okay. Hashtag rigged. It's pretty fucking awesome. I love it, dude. Let's see here. Let's look it up, shall we? Should I look up the Pat McAfee on YouTube? Should I look it up on YouTube? The Pat and the Indie Canal. Is that what I should look up? I don't know. Let's see here. I'll take a look real quick, just for shits and giggles. Let's go to home and Pat and the, God dang it, Indie Canal. If I could spell, it'd be awesome. What? Maybe older newspaper ad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, if you're a sports fan, I recommend Pat McAfee. Oh, this was the drunk swim back in the day. Yes. Yep, I remember this.
It's not for his punting. McAfee was arrested for public intoxication after police say he took a pre-dawn swim in a city canal Wednesday morning. Officers say the 23-year-old had a blood alcohol content of 0.15%, nearly twice the legal limit for driving in Indiana.
Big deal.
According to the police report, McAfee said, "I'm not sure," when asked why he was swimming in the canal. When he was asked where his shirt was, McAfee said, "In the water." And when he was asked how much he had to drink, McAfee said, "A lot, because I'm drunk." McAfee is the fourth Colts player to be arrested on alcohol-related charges this year.
Damn, 4 in 1 year. Look, I love that show. I cannot tell a lie. I do love that show. They are funny as fuck. I want to give you guys a little taste of something that I found out about the other day. And it's pretty rough. It's going to be hard for you guys to listen to, but I just want to play a little bit of it. Since I always get copyrighted, I might as well just add to the mix. And then once I get monetized, even if somebody goes back and watches this, I won't get any money for it, but I will never get monetized. So here we go. This was at the this was like an award ceremony for Sting. And this was this it was this guy. This is let's see, what's his name? Let's see if I can find him. It's in here somewhere. He's like a Jose Feliciano. Okay, guitar player, gifted guy, pretty good. So let's take a listen, shall we? Let's take a listen to this lovely rendition of Every Breath You Take.
Game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you.
And watch Sting's reaction.
Oh, can't you see? Oh, you belong to me. How my poor heart aches with every step you take.
They cut the camera, obviously, because
Every move you make, every vow you break.
I love the chick up there that's supposed to be singing backup. She's just like, how do you sing backup to this? Like, you can't sing backup to that?
Every game you play, every night you
And who's this chick, like, nodding her head and smiling, trying to keep from really busting out laughing?
stay, I'll be watching you.
Oh, God. Bless America. I feel bad. I feel so bad. He was singing without rhythm as to not attract the worms. Is the singer that barking dude from West Virginia? He may very well be Moy Malo. Yeah, bad news bears right there. And I feel bad for Sting for having to endure that shit. Look, a message for anyone organizing an award show out there. If you're going to be giving honors to like a famous band that's actually really good, or somebody that had like a voice like Sting, find people who can actually do the fucking songs. Like, really? Like, fuck, that's fucking brutal. Let's see here. How about this video I saw here, and this will give you an idea about the UK, because I had talked to someone who actually is from the UK last night, and I asked him about this, and he confirmed this. Actually, let's see.
This is London. This is how many mosques are around me. This is what the sign looks like when you get off the train here. These are the advertisements you see. This is what it looks like when kids get out of school. This is what the political candidates look like. This is what it's like walking through the grocery store here. The UK has become unrecognizable, and that is why I traveled thousands of miles to come here, to find out why and how this happened. Did the UK truly fall, and do they want to do this to our country next? Through my street interviews in this episode, you will learn exactly why this happened. People warned me that I could get arrested or worse making these videos, but the truth needs to come out. Welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show.
It's actually a good show. This kid does a great job, Nate Friedman. Like, he actually does a great job.
Looking to interview people in Whitechapel. Can I ask you a question? And how many people attend this mosque, would you say?
In the Jummah to Friday, around 10,000.
10,000
Yeah.
on one day?
This is the busiest mosque in the Europe.
In all of Europe?
All of it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
One of the busiest and
Yeah.
one of the biggest.
Okay.
Few millions people come every year in this.
Few million per year?
Few million people.
That's awesome.
worship.
That's great. All right, well, I appreciate it, because my point was that... Yeah. I'm just doing interviews outside.
No, I'm not going to interview. Hey,
Yeah, we're not doing it inside. We're doing it outside.
Bro, everything's on record. This is a school.
Right,
So
I know.
you're
I'm saying outside.
But you're doing it in front of the entrance.
I didn't mean to. Okay, I didn't know it was a
Do it on
school.
the other side, no
Okay,
problem.
you got
I'm
it. I
just doing
appreciate
on
it.
the
Now, the East London Mosque, the one we just went into, received an official warning from the Charity Commission after losing £1 million in an investment. The mosque put their funds into an NHS-approved supplier and lost all the money. Now, the takeaway from this story is that this mosque can lose $1 million and be completely fine. This mosque also hosted a charity fun run that was open to men, boys of all ages, but girls only under the age of 12. Adult women and older girls were explicitly excluded. Why did the UK let this in, and who's really funding it? I sat down for an exclusive interview with Tommy Robinson, and in it he explains who's behind this. There's about 14 mosques in Whitechapel that I counted, about equal number of churches. Who's funding these
Qatar,
big mosques?
Qatar and Saudi Arabia.
And
then whoever funds it dictates which form of Islam's being promoted in it. Qatar own Barclays, own Harrods, own the ports in this country. They pump £750 million into radicalisation in Europe. Qatar are a big problem. Qatar need ending, as in their influence needs ending. The influence they have over our politicians in our capital city and the money and infrastructure and the economy needs.
I'll spare you the rest, but you get what I'm saying. Stew for lunch. Take it easy. Have a good night, buddy. I'll see you soon, I'm sure. Maybe Tuesday night if you get out on the interwebs. I'll spare you the rest, but I will say, if you are curious about listening to the rest of this, I do and did find it fascinating. Now, Graf, I'm with you there. You're right. A lot of women running around at the same time can be dangerous, arms flailing all around. It was a safety thing, except they only let girls under the age of 12 into the event, but men and boys of all ages at the event. Take what you want out of that. But Nate Friedman does a good job. It is worth looking into. I will say this. Having had it somewhat confirmed from someone last night, who's going back there for the holidays, by the way. In the next 50 years, Britain will not be the Britain that we know. It'll probably be less than that. But the royal family and all of that stuff, probably a thing of the past. If they continue on this path. And there's no reason to think that they won't. But I did find it interesting. And we've all seen it in the news. We all know this is going on. This has been going on here. We see it in Minnesota. We see it in Michigan. It is going to become a real issue. And once your politicians getting voted into office start to gain more power, then you find yourself on the end of something that you can't do anything about. Yeah, Turk says 20 years tops, I'd say. It probably correct. This is part of the multiculturalism project that has been spurred on by progressives, where they, the flood of immigrants into this country is part of that multiculturalism, where they think that people aren't tribal, that they think that people don't stick to their own kind, but they do. And people that have come into this country are not interested in becoming part of this country. They're interested in bringing their country to this country. This is the same thing happening over there as well. It actually truly is about taking over, not assimilation. And when you have mass influx and inundation of people, that usually doesn't go well. It hasn't gone well here. It's not going well there. It's not going well in Scandinavian countries. It's kind of under siege. And people can think it's hyperbole, and they can say that it's racist, or you're being, you hate immigrants, but it's not. That has nothing to do with it. It's strictly from a standpoint of, not only does it strain the local resources of a city, or put a strain on the taxpayers, put a strain on jails, puts a strain on hospitals, puts a strain on commuting, puts a strain on everything. As I've seen in the city I live in right now, in my area, it's a strain on commuting, it's a strain on crime, it's a strain on a lot of issues. But also, people just are not cool with mass influx of people that don't speak their language. Then on top of that, you take in a lot of the tenets from Muslim in particular, and a lot of people don't agree with those just basic tenets, let alone some of the more radical tenets of it. And so then you start to get into a whole nother cultural aspect of having issues. And now what's happened in Britain, and hopefully doesn't happen here, but you will see it soon, passing of laws that makes it legal to arrest people who have, for instance, been a citizen in Britain their whole life, were born there, 65, 70 years old. If they criticize a Muslim, if they criticize someone in that way, can be arrested. If they post it on social media, can be arrested, served a citation. That is real. That is happening right now. And it could happen here very easily. Again, especially if you get politicians who come to power, and you have places like in Dearborn and up in Minneapolis and in certain places in Minnesota, where then you start to be outnumbered, and that number grows, and then you have laws passed. Again, we saw in Michigan recently, they banned pride flags in public. Now, they banned the displaying of all flags in public, so to speak. But if that happening in Michigan, because it was a Muslim community, it was just washed over like, oh, whatever. If that happened in Florida, if that happened in Texas, if that happened in Tennessee, don't you think that the people, the alphabet community, would be up in fucking arms about the banning of pride flags in public? Like on your house or hanging from your door or wherever the fuck. But because it was Muslims that did it, no one's criticizing it, because either A, they're scared to, B, they can't, or C, Muslims are a protected class in this country now. And again, it goes back to 9/11, which is what I mean by how we felt then and how we feel now, and the complete difference between the two. It's truly fascinating in that people have become conditioned now through the media, through politicians, that like you cannot criticize that or can't think badly about that or think that's not okay because you are a bad person. It's fascinating. Just go back 20-something years and see how people felt about this very thing in 2001 or 2002 or 2003 or 2004. But here we are all these years later, and through indoctrination and brainwashing and making people feel that they're a horrible person if they're not on board 100% with something, this is where we're at now. is fucking wild. Let's see here. Yeah, damn shame Britain just started getting good teeth and hot chicks. I agree. Turk says, my club brother says it's a mess all over Europe and France. I believe it 100%. Too bad only wimps are left there. All the revolutionists left Britain already. Exactly. America. Yeah, the 3-Eye Atlas will land on Earth and the cybernetic Ant-Men will start eating everybody. Get your guns ready, folks. It's time to blast them aliens. Them aliens. And as a Jawa, I have a towel and remember, do not panic. No, it is interesting. No, I find it interesting, and you know, especially over in Europe. I mean, it is a hostile takeover. Maybe not hostile. It is a takeover, and will look completely different. So if you plan on wanting to visit a place like that, you might want to try to go now, or maybe it's too late. Maybe it's too late. But anyway, okay. Well, look, it's midnight here where I'm at. I've gone on for since 9:30 Central, so a couple half hours or whatever. I'm gonna hop off here, save a little bit for Tuesday night with Matthew. I do have some other stories, but thanks for going down the junk food aisle with me tonight. That was fun, totally off the cuff. I mean, shit, you know, it's fun for sure. That's what this show is about. I just like you know, finding some stuff that's fun to talk about and cutting up, and I definitely like it when you guys are typing away for sure, because it makes it more fun for me. Yeah, it is hostile for sure. Evidently, and also in Australia, it's getting hostile over there. So we'll see how they react to this latest event. But look, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys make sure to come hang out Tuesday if you want to, and I'll get with Matthew and we'll go over some stuff. I can't wait to tell you what I think about it. Welcome to Derry season finale. I watched it tonight, and I can't wait to tell you about it on Tuesday for sure. So if you guys are interested, come hang out there, and then you know, who knows? We'll see what happens in between. But I will see you guys before Christmas. So either way, y'all have a great night. Thanks for hanging. Really appreciate it. Tell a buddy, bring a friend next time, and let's have some fun. And, oh, yeah, one last thing. I guess I can't leave without this.
So long, gay boys!